how has lifestyle been moving from managing short-term rentals to now managing a hotel? What's kind of the difference from just a life perspective and what it takes to do one versus the other?
So, such a good question. And one thing that we had conceptually heard about in the mastermind and talking to others, the difference between running short-term rentals and a motel. So conceptually we understood it was going to be different. We were not prepared like in actuality for the ops differences. Because saying, yeah, I get it, but then actually living it. Um, so with a short-term rental, people spend a lot of time planning that vacation in advance because they're longer term stays. Like our chalets are generally, our average night stay is 6 nights. So they're longer stays, coming in family, coming in groups. People do all of their planning in advance so that when check in day comes, they self check in themselves. They'll often say, we're here, good to go. Like, thanks, everything's beautiful. And then we don't hear from them until it's like, okay, we're gone. Thanks for the lovely stay. Like, everything's done. They've asked all their questions in advance. They've planned their restaurants. They've planned their activities. They know all of that. And all of the bookings happen online or the communications happen online, like by email, via WhatsApp, through the chat bot on our website, whatever it may be. It's rare we get a phone call. Flip all of that upside down for a motel. The number of phone calls that we get, the number of walk-ins that we get for reservations blew our mind. Like, it is still very real. Like, people staying in for us, it's a traditional motel in a tourist area, is they start thinking about that stay the day of the stay. So all of your pre-communications are kind of in the wind. The only time they really pay attention to something is on the day of check-in. And we have learned that. So like with our guests, we communicate the check-in information 48 hours in advance. I quickly learned if I give them their check-in information, like their door code and their room number 24, they don't read it. They show up at the reception and say, now I know that I send it on 9 a.m. on the day of check-in. And then people can self-serve themselves into check-in. So for a motel, they expect the interaction the day of, and they expect someone to be on site because then that's when they're going to ask, what restaurant should I go to? Where should I go for my hike? What's dog friendly? What's best for kids? They don't do any of that pre-planning with the motel at all. They do it on site that moment. So our dreams of an autonomous motel are not going to be reality for a very long time, where our chalets are completely autonomous. Like, we have our on-site ops staff that handles the turns and any emergencies, whatnot. But as far as like guest services, they're completely autonomous from check-in to check-out. And here, if you get a bad, when we get a not so great review, it's because they couldn't find someone to talk to.
Yeah. Have and how are you guys staffing this? And is it all you, or do you have guest services or remote? What's kind of your staffing stack look like?
So right now it is, I would say we have 4 full-time employees, Philip and I being 2 of those. And then we have Layla, who is our daily operations manager. So she handles, the cleaning, scheduling the staff for the cleaning of the rooms, the restocking of the inventory, the amenities, the ordering, all of that stuff. And then we have Lilia, who is our virtual assistant, who is amazing. She handles all of the digital and upfront communications now. So, like when guests write in advance, she's the one doing that. She's the one arranging reservations. She's the one handling questions up until they show up on site. She's the one if they have special requests, making it sure it gets in, for the staff to handle. Um, and then for the cleaning team, depending on the season, and low season, we need just 1 cleaner, and sometimes even then, there's nothing to do, and Layla, our operations manager, she'll just handle all that herself. But this time of year, right now, we have 4 part-time employees. So, in addition to me, Philip, and Layla, we often have 3 other people on site, so it takes 6 people to run the chalet or run the motel in high season.
6 people on site,
It's 6 people
typically.
on
Yeah.
site and 1 person off site to run the motel in high season, but
Okay.
that goes down to 3 people on site and 1 off site in low season.